We know the pandemic has decimated the restaurant industry, but there is a glimmer of hope. One of the Houston area's most popular chefs is surviving and, in fact, still opening new restaurants during this crisis. I'm talking about Ronnie Killen, famous for his steakhouses and barbecue. You recently opened your 8th restaurant in the Heights. How did you pull that off?
It was hard. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done, doing a restaurant when, your occupancy is low and, things are just going because you want to save your money, but you're going, okay, well, if I don't, I'm going to lose, $2 million.
That restaurant, which serves what Killen calls comfort food, is consistently filled with customers at the 50% capacity rule.
I think that the food and the time, it's very neat because it's like people want comfort food. They want things to remind them of a happier place and time. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's been so successful.
The CDC says dining out is one of the riskiest things you can do. They just did a study last week. What do you say to that?
To me, if you do the things that you're supposed to do on a regular basis, wash your hands, use sanitizer, practice safe, clean hygiene and stuff. I think that, when I heard that, I'm like, oh man, that could hurt us when people think about, okay, well, I don't want to go out to eat because, we could have a chance of getting.
Have you gotten any word from customers who say, I can trace this back to one of your restaurants?
No.
Not one?
Not one.
Ronnie, was there ever a point during this pandemic where you thought, oh my gosh, this mini empire I built is going to die?
When all this first happened, yes. I mean, I took all my cars. I was willing to sell all my cars, sell everything. We have 285 employees, but we have their families. So it's like collectively of like 1,000 people together that depend on our brand. So, I wanted to make sure that we were going to be okay. And I'm like going, guys, I'm willing to risk and give up everything that I've worked for to make sure that we're going to be okay.
I also asked Ronnie Killen, how long can he hold on with the 50% capacity deal? He said, we can last another year. So hopefully we'll be past it in a year, but we'll see.
I hope so. The restaurant business is challenging enough as it is,
yes.
but then you add a pandemic on top of it. Good to see that he is still making it.